All right, everyone, it is finally time to do a deep dive into what is, without a doubt, my absolute favorite in-town Atlanta neighborhood, Summerhill. Summerhill is one of Atlanta's oldest, most historic neighborhoods. It's known for walkability, beautiful homes, and having what is my personal favorite commercial development of any in-town Atlanta neighborhood, Georgia Avenue. It's also known as being the former home of the Atlanta Braves, the current home of the Georgia State University football team, and the site of the Olympic Cauldron from the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta. Like I said, Summerhill is my personal favorite in-town Atlanta neighborhood. I can't wait to show it to you. So today I'm going to walk you through what life is like in Summerhill. Let's get started. Hey y'all, this is Robert Murphy with the Murphy Group, and I'm putting up new videos every week walking you through what it's like to live, work, and play in Metro Atlanta. So hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you're the first one to know when the next one's up. We talk to people all the time, just like you, who are thinking about a move to Metro Atlanta, and we love talking about all the great things that the city we call home has to offer. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate in Metro Atlanta, our contact info is in the description, and we'd love to hear from you. As somebody who's lived in the city of Atlanta for over 10 years, I've done a lot of exploring of the many different neighborhoods of Atlanta. Every single one of them has things I love about it and reasons it could be a great place to live. If you're thinking about a move to Atlanta, the Summerhill neighborhood might be the right place for you. Let's find out. One of Atlanta's claims to fame is that it was the site of the 1996 Olympics. As you enter the Summerhill neighborhood, you can actually see the rings right there behind me, and the Cauldron, which is still in the neighborhood. Summerhill is one of the city of Atlanta's oldest, most historic neighborhoods. It sits just south of downtown Atlanta, right in the heart of the city. In terms of getting to the Atlanta airport, it should only take you about 20 minutes. It's also very convenient to the highways. You're also surrounded by a lot of other well-known in-town Atlanta neighborhoods like Peoplestown, Mechanicsville, West End, Grant Park. You're close to the Atlanta Beltline. So Summerhill gives you easy access to a lot of what the city of Atlanta has to offer. In terms of mass transit, there isn't a MARTA station in the neighborhood, but there are a couple that are close by. It is a very walkable neighborhood, and like I said, it is close to the Atlanta Beltline, which connects you to almost the entire city. In terms of housing, Summerhill is a predominantly single-family home neighborhood, but there has been an influx of townhomes. Looking at the past 90 days, 2/3 of the homes sold in Summerhill were townhomes, all of which were just built within the last few years. In terms of the types of homes you'll find in Summerhill, it's going to be a lot of historic homes. You're going to find a lot of craftsman style homes. There's a lot of renovations happening. There's also a lot of new construction. You'll see moderns as well. One of my favorite things about the Summerhill neighborhood is that although you can spend a lot of money to live there, you don't necessarily have to. Looking at the past 90 days, price points have been starting in the 400,000s and gone up to the 700,000s. So now we're going to take a closer look at a couple of recent sales in the Summerhill neighborhood to give you an idea of what you might find. This first home is a single family home. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It's about 2,200 square feet. It was built in 2004 and it sits on a smaller lot. It's under 1/4 acre. Looking at the living space, you can see it's got hardwood floors throughout. It's got an open floor plan living space. It's got a nice open kitchen that was just updated. The primary suite is a good size. You can see it's got access to an outdoor space. It's also got a nice updated bathroom with double vanity and separate tub and shower. And as you can see, although the lot isn't huge, you do have a fenced-in backyard that's pretty flat and usable. And this home sold earlier this year for $525,000. This home is a new construction single-family home. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. It's a little over 2,100 square feet, just built in 2022, and it also sits on a smaller lot. It's under 1/4 acre. Looking at the living space, you can see it's an open floor plan. It's got hardwood floors throughout. Everything's brand new. The kitchen is nice and open to the living space. It has an island. The primary suite is a good size. It's also got access to outdoor space. And the primary bathroom has dual vanities, a separate tub and shower. And although you're on a smaller lot, it is pretty flat and usable. This home sold earlier this year for $720,000. In terms of parks and green spaces, Summerhill does have a few parks right in the neighborhood, one of which is Phoenix Park. I'm in Phoenix Park in Summerhill. One of the things I love about this park is that it's right off of Georgia Avenue. It's just a short walk from the commercial stretch. Phoenix Park has tennis courts, it has basketball courts. It's also got massive fields. You can see it's got a baseball field and just big open green spaces. It's very walkable in the neighborhood. Most places where you might live in the neighborhood, you're going to be able to access this on foot. And it's really just a nice big park that sits right in the neighborhood. It's also got playground equipment. It is really close to the commercial stretch on Georgia Avenue. It's just a block or two away. So, you know, you can go to the park, you can go to a restaurant, you can go to the brewery, coffee shop, and everything's really close by. As I walk through the park, it just keeps going and keeps going. If you can see in the background, there are houses right across the street, so it is in a very residential area. At the same time, it's very close to the commercial stretch on Georgia Avenue, so it's in a really walkable area. It's a great park to be near. If you're looking for more green space, Summerhill is bordered on the east by the Grant Park neighborhood, which contains Grant Park. Grant Park's one of the largest, most well-known parks in the city of Atlanta. It has Zoo Atlanta. It also has a farmer's market every weekend. As it is part of the city of Atlanta, the Summerhill neighborhood is included in the Atlanta public school system. As always, I'm going to put links in the description to where you can do some research on your own and find more information. There's no shortage of information out there on rankings and ratings and anything else you could be looking for on any school system. At the end of the day, you know what's going to be the best fit for you and your family. The activities and entertainment is one of the main reasons that Summerhill is my personal favorite in-town Atlanta neighborhood. In my opinion, Summerhill has had, without a doubt, one of the most significant commercial redevelopments of any neighborhood in the city. The large majority of that is centered around Georgia Avenue and what used to be the Atlanta Braves Stadium. If you take a walk down Georgia Avenue, you can find just about anything you'd be looking for in terms of a restaurant to go to. So I'm on Georgia Avenue in Summerhill right now. Like I said, it's my favorite commercial stretch of any in-town Atlanta neighborhood. For me, this is the best one. It's got anything you could be looking for in terms of restaurants. There's a brewery, coffee shop, everything. It's super walkable. It's right in the middle of the neighborhood. It's very accessible. When the Braves decided to leave Atlanta and head north, we had this gigantic baseball stadium right in the middle of the neighborhood. Georgia State University and others made a huge investment in the area. So right behind me is what used to be known as Turner Field, the home of the Atlanta Braves. They left Atlanta to head north, and it became Center Park Stadium, which is the home of the Georgia State University football team. Georgia State and others invested a ton in the Summerhill neighborhood and the areas surrounding what used to be Turner Field, and have played a huge role in the transformation of the neighborhood. In addition to Center Park Stadium, the surrounding area has a lot of new housing options right along Hank Aaron Drive. And there's other businesses that, although may not be the most exciting businesses to open, are really important to the neighborhood. There's a new Chase Bank. There's also a brand new Publix that just opened. So a new Publix grocery store may not be the most exciting thing you think of as far as new businesses opening up in a neighborhood, but I can tell you this was a big deal. Prior to the Publix opening up here, there really weren't a lot of good fresh food options in the neighborhood. So it's a big, big win. Summerhill is one of my favorite places to hang out. There's so much to do there. And in addition to the residents being able to patronize those businesses, it's brought in a lot of people from outside the neighborhood. Depending on what you're looking for, the Summerhill neighborhood of Atlanta could be a great place to call home. It's walkable, it's extremely convenient to the highways and to the Atlanta airport. It has beautiful homes, and it has my personal favorite commercial stretch of any in-town Atlanta neighborhood. I moved to Metro Atlanta over 30 years ago, and it's where we're raising our family. I think it's a great place to call home, and I love talking to people every day just like you who are thinking about calling Atlanta their home. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or make a Zoom appointment right there in the description, because we'd love to connect.